Alright, this is Euclid Book 6, proposition number 14. And I know you're going to find this amazing to believe, but this parallelogram right here is exactly the same size as this parallelogram right here. Now, I know that doesn't look like that, but it's true. These are actually the same size, and this here is a perfect square. Yeah. Of course, you may say, well, it's not a perfect square because not all four angles here are 90 degrees, but these four sides are, this is actually equilateral, and I don't know whether you want to call it a trapezoid or whatever, but basically if you were to kind of shift this a little bit, it would be a square, okay? So just bear with me on that one. Alright, in an equal and equal angular in equal and equal angular parallelograms, the sides about the equal angles are reciprocally proportional, and equal angular parallelograms in which the sides about the equal angles are reciprocally proportional are equal. Whew. That's a lot to say. Alright, let's start off with equal and equal angular parallelograms. Alright, this parallelogram here is equal to this parallelogram right here. So, what's the name of this parallelogram? Well, that name is AFBD. AFBD is this parallelogram right here. And this parallelogram's name is BECG. BECG. So now we know the names of these two parallelograms. They are equal and they're equal angular. And having the angles that be equal. Alright. This angle right here, and this angle right here, these two angles, believe it or not, are 45 degrees apiece. I made sure of that. And let DB and BE, okay, DB and BE placed in a straight line. Okay? They're placed, these two lines are placed in a straight line. So DB plus BE becomes DE. Therefore, FB and BG are also in a straight line. FB and BE, FB and BG. Well, here's FB here and here's BG here, and they are in a straight line. And that's by Euclid Book 1, proposition number 14. I say that in ABBC, well, this is parallelogram AB, okay, and it's actually AFBD. And parallelogram BC, which is actually BECG, that one right there. The sides about the equal angles are reciprocally proportional. Okay? Here are the sides about the equal angle. This is the equal angle here. Here's the sides that we're talking about here. These two sides and these two sides. That is to say that as DB is to BE, as DB is to BE, so is GB to BF. GB to BF. For let the parallelogram FE be completed. Well, FE they're referring to is FBE and another point that we're not going to label. Since then, the parallelogram AB is equal to the parallelogram BC. Since this right here is equal to this right here. And FE is another area. This is FE right up here, this big square. Therefore, as AB is to FE, as this is to this, as this is to this, as this is to this, okay? So as BC to FE, this is to this. And this is by Euclid Book 5, proposition number 7. Euclid Book 5, proposition number 7. But as AB is to FE, AB is to FE, so as DB to BE. Well, DB is to BE. And we can prove this by Euclid Book 6, proposition number 1. And as BC is to FE, this is to this, as this is to this, okay? So is GB to BF. GB to BF. As this parallelogram is to this parallelogram, so as this line is to this line. Again, by Euclid Book 6, proposition number 1. Therefore also, as DB is to BE, DB is to BE, as this line is to this line, so is GB to BF. GB to BF, as this line is to this line. This is by Euclid Book 5, proposition number 11. Therefore, in the parallelograms AB and BC, this one here, and this one here, these two parallelograms here, the sides about the equal angles are reciprocally proportional. I've already proven that part. Next, let GB be to BF, GB to BF, as DB to BE. As this line is to this line, so as this line is to this line. I say that the parallelogram AB is equal to the parallelogram BC. He's saying as this is to this, and this is to this, so this will be to this. For since as DB is to BE, this is to this, so is GB to BF. This is to this. While as DB is to BE, this is to this. As this is to this line is to this line, okay? So is the parallelogram AB to the parallelogram FE. Parallelogram here, parallelogram here. As this line is to this line, so as this parallelogram is to this one. And we can say this by Euclid Book 6, proposition number 1. And as GB is to BF, GB is to BF, as this line is to this line, so is the parallelogram BC to the parallelogram FE. As this parallelogram here is to this parallelogram here. And again, that's by Euclid Book 6, proposition number 1. Therefore also, as AB is to FE, as this is to this, so is BC to FE. This is to this. So as this parallelogram is to this parallelogram, so as this one is to this one. This is by Euclid Book 5, proposition number 11. Therefore, the parallelogram AB is equal to the parallelogram BC. As this parallelogram, of course, is equal to this one right here. This is by Euclid Book 5, proposition number 5. Book 5, proposition number 9. This is equal to this because of Euclid Book 5, proposition number 9. And that's all I got to say. Alright, I will tell you more in a future video, so stay tuned.